back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
His first carry. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Jackson. Looking deep for Hilton. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Indy. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is Hines. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities. And we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to find Switzer. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Here's Edmonds. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, box truck.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 55. Mike 56.
On first down, Hines. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up second and 4 at the 34-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. 198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Go on. Go train. Tighten up. Tighten up.
Here's Mack. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He completes this one to Mack. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Now it's Hines. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They come up in an offset eye.
Check pass. Check pass.
They'll run it. It's Mack. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal? A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Now a run with Mack. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
50.
Yeah, let's get Sam lunch.
Double bump. 50, Mike.
Here's Roethlisberger. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 66 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now, Edmonds. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They come out here in the I. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Snell, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
180. Watch the run, watch the run.
A run for Snell, and trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This Colts D up to the challenge so far, but they need another stop here on third and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Benny Snell, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with the smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it here with Edmonds. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Go. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, Jack 16. Watch the screen. Mike 50. Mike 50.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
44. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, 2. Hey. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 50.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Ryan Switzer as the first half is winding down as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Pull it together. Watch the eye.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Here we go. Left 30. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't begin. Go that bench release and go. Don't get nervous. 55. Down to lose one. Mike 50. You rush. No foul.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Roethlisberger will throw. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. Looking deep for Hilton. That's caught at the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton. 87 yards. And the Colts have taken the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Again, they run with Edmonds. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? leverage, athleticism. They created some nice space for him.
Ready? 180. 50. You don't want it. Pick up the ball. Check. Six guys. Check 6 guys. Black and burn.
On third down, they run with Edmonds. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again, Jackson. It got his man complete. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a give, right side. It's Hines. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half, 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check tight. 198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Hey, here we go. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. You can't block it.
Jackson from the shotgun. Complete to Hilton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Take 4. Take 4. Let's go.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check 24, check 24. Match box. Right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
But that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Back. Check. Here we go. 50.
They'll run with Edmonds again. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
No spacing. Check 53. Here we go. Hey, Delta. 53. Mike. Hey, alert. Army. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
They'll run on first down. Edmonds. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Another carry now for Edmonds. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Josh Jones in on the stop. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Hey, wahoo! I'm going to run you over.
Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief for the catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll keep it on the ground. Edmonds, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Black 80. Quarter. Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 middle. And Mike's delay. Hey, Alpha. Black and third.
Back to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 45-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Go. Watch time.
On 1st down, Edmonds. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Hey, Charlie.
He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 20-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One last shot for Roethlisberger. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. But, Charles, a 1-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that 1-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for the Colts, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the struggles intensify.